Hello, everyone. Beautiful souls, beautiful people. It is Lila here, and I have been a bit underground for the last 6 to 8 months. In fact, probably even longer. But here I am on the 1st of December 2024, the new moon, and we have just moved into Pluto into Aquarius. And many people are saying, oh, it feels lighter. And yes, it does. But this is where the real work begins. So I wanted to come on and just give you a brief update of where I am, what's coming in 2025, since I'm really excited about that. But firstly, I wanted to say a deep gratitude to all those that have been part of this journey over the last 10 years of me practicing as a healer and a seer. All of those thousands of clients I've offered remote healings, in-person readings, remote readings. It's been an absolute honor to serve you all, and I have learned so much through my own meditative work, through my client work, and then obviously through all the transmissions and teachings I receive from all of the beings in the multidimensional realms. So deep gratitude to all of you, seen and unseen, that has been part of my journey. When I look back, there has been so much that has both happened in my evolution as a healer and spiritual teacher, but also in my own life. I have moved house 4 times. I've seen my children finish school, start university, finish university, leave home. I married for the second time. We now have our beautiful home in Glencairn, which is right at the southern tip of South Africa. And it's been quite a ride. And I'm sure for many of you, it's felt the same. We have been through process after process of death, rebirth, death, rebirth, death, rebirth. And it has pretty much ramped up since 2020 for many of you. My own spiritual wake up catalyst transformation was around 2012 when I left a long-term marriage and met another soulmate, and we started the journey, and I just stepped into my path as a healer through a whole lot of things that just opened up for me, and messages, transmissions, dreams, etc., etc. I could go on. So during all of this time, I have filled many books with channelings, with transmissions, with teachings. Some of those I've shared with you, some of those I've kept to myself, and especially over the last 12 to 18 months, my guides were very clear to receive the transmissions, but also give them time to settle within my own beingness. And so this I've honored, which has meant that I've been pretty hidden. I've been in my own underworlds of transformation and healing, and also those of really just offering myself the time to let these teachings drop deeply. And, to go back a bit, if you will be patient with this video, from the time I was very, very small, I knew that we were never separate from God, however you see God, that we were spiritual beings, that we had a life force or soul beyond this physical, mental, emotional realm that was our highest expression, that contained our highest wisdom, and that fundamentally we were all connected on that level. So we were all part of the same consciousness. And through the various journeys I've walked in my life this far, 57 years now and counting, I have always maintained that principle, that we are both human and divine. And for those of you that have listened to my teachings over the last 4, 5, 6 years, you will have heard me refer to the new human many, many times. And it was only through the work, my work with the Kabbalah, that came to me in a dream in 2020 that took me on a deeper understanding of us as spiritual beings and on our path of spiritual awakening, evolution. And it's led me to understand that in all of my work, I am an authority on the field of the soul, however you want to define that, and in particular in the embodiment of the soul in human form. And especially at this time in our evolution, we literally stand on the brink of a technologically evolved human, or a human who really is in awe of life. And for me, as a general collective, we have forgotten what it means to be human. We have become defined by the mind, which for me is the artificial intelligence. We are becoming further and further defined by the mind and the layers of ego, perception, and beliefs through which we see the world. For me, the only role as a human is to be a guardian of life, is to respect your own life, your own life force, and to respect the life of those around you and all of the living things we share this planet with. So for me, that is the mother principle, is this life force. And what has happened over the last 4 to 6 months is that the Kemetic, the ancient Kemetic principles, the ancient Egyptian wisdom has started landing for me. There's too many stories to tell you about my connection with this, but let's just say that my dreams, my experiences in the physical realm, and also the connections have really expanded and confirmed this understanding deep within my heart of a very ancient African spirituality, where we as humans are one with all life, and we are being asked to be the channel of life, to open our hearts, to work from a place of the heart and the soul, which for me is just the vehicle that delivers that higher force, that delivers that life, and to be inspired to act from that place, to act from a place of the heart and soul. And so those are the two principles. You know, when you see an image of Jesus sitting on Mary's lap, there are many images like that through history. And for me, that Christ flame, the holy fire, sitting in the seat of the feminine or the soul force, can be related as, or explained as, the heart sitting on the seat of the soul. The holy fire of life sitting within the feminine aspect of the soul energy and rising up from that in a balanced masculine feminine form to really be of service to the world and to be of service to others. So in order that I don't go blabbing on the whole day, what I have been called to do, and I use the word guides, but it doesn't really fit, because for me, you know, people always ask, what do they look like? What are their names? And for me, there is such a vastness of this energetic field of multidimensional light beings and teachers that it's rarely they distinguish themselves. I can feel the difference between the energies, but it's more just like this stream of light codes, perhaps information, visuals, emotional, mental understandings of it, and then feeling it move and solidify and land within my space. So those guides have been coming to me for many months now, and I was asked to start a school. So on this day, 1st of December, new moon in Sagittarius, I am announcing that next year everything that I offer will be done under the umbrella of the School of Spiritual Alchemy. And my aim is to help people, serious spiritual seekers, understand the process of soul embodiment. Because it is a process. As I mentioned earlier, it's a death rebirth process. It's a dropping in process. It's a courageous heart-orientated process that enables us to drop deeper into the underworld, into the underlayers of our heavier aspects of self that we hold within us due to our negative experiences or childhood traumas or whatever it may be, but we also hold it as a collective. And so we are being asked to show courage in this next phase of our evolution, because this is going to be hard work for us to remain heart-centered and move through those lower layers committed to the embodiment of a higher way of being, a higher truth, and our ultimate life force. So the next 2 to 3 years are critical for humanity if we are not to move into the age of the android, the age of the technological human. Already I see young children who are so engrossed in social media that already half their brain for me looks android, because the processes that are happening in their brain are not coming from their heart and soul. They're fed to them through these technological implants, if you like, that encourage them to think in a certain way. And that, of course, is driven and managed by a whole different sect that are trying to steal the human's life force. And I'm not going to get into that today. But my deepest knowing is that if we can connect into the life force, into our soul, if we can bring that in, if we can be ready to do the hard work, then we will come out of this next evolutionary phase more conscious, more aware, more kind, more loving, more connected than ever before. So the School of Spiritual Alchemy will be launched next year. I already have 6 beautiful people that have signed up for my 2-year program called Alchemy of Awakening, where we are going to step deeply into the intensive work of soul embodiment. I am not necessarily going to be offering one-on-ones. What I really want to do is I want to see you. I want to connect with you in person so that the teachings I have to offer, the channeled wisdoms that I will be bringing in from my guides and my team, are available for you to inquire, for you to ask questions, so that you yourself can also understand what is uniquely yours to work with in this process of soul embodiment, because everyone's process may follow a certain spiritual law of alchemy, but what you experience might be different and how you step forward might be different. So I will be holding monthly talks here in person in Cape Town, but hoping to expand that overseas. So please, if you're overseas and you're interested, let me know. My website will be launched within the next 2 weeks. So as soon as that's out, I will put it underneath. And of course, if you have any questions about it, I'll be really deeply honored to answer them. But so the school is going to be the umbrella under which I offer all of my work. And I really look forward to having these deeper, more profound spiritual discussions, and I'm going to turn the word spiritual around so that we can really walk the process of soul embodiment, of respect for all life, of recognizing that breath, that force that runs through us, that is both cosmic and earthly, and we sit in the middle as this beautiful diamond lighted being, as the lightning rod, pulling the energies in, bringing the wisdom of our soul in, connecting deeply into Mother Earth, and raising her frequency by pulling her energy through us too. And we're all doing this together. Our cosmic galactic support, our own heart field and soul, and the heart and soul of Mother Earth. So I send you all of the deepest, most blessed, loving wishes for a gentle end to 2024. May you spend time with loved ones, because time is precious. May you ride through the waves of any dramas that might show up at the end of the year with grace, with dignity, with respect, and know that everyone has their own struggles during this time. So sending you so much love from my heart to yours, and I'm really, really looking forward to stepping into this next phase of my role as a spiritual healer and teacher. Take care, and lots of love to all of you. Bye for now.